Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. So, relatively about that time once again, we of course often talk about the amount of Bitcoin that is not really there anymore for people to be able to buy. We also often talk about the amount of Bitcoin that is being bought up by very wealthy people. This is going to be a continuous discussion, probably for the next 100 or so years, as less and less Bitcoin gets created, and also as more rich and rich people continue to buy up more Bitcoin. Some of the last metrics that we had for a lot of this were 93%. 93% of all Bitcoin is now in the hands of people who own one or more Bitcoin. And what was the other projection? It was 85%? I think I want to say it was 85% of all the Bitcoin is being held by people. Big difference. 85% of all the Bitcoin is being held by people with more than 100 Bitcoin in their wallets. These numbers only continue to increase as they keep buying more and more all the time, as evidenced by the news that we go over daily here and on my other channel, The Modern Investor, where we keep seeing the news daily that more and more people are buying. A very popular company within the space, they're called Glassnode. Them and Santiment, they go over cryptocurrency, Bitcoin metrics all the time as to where coins are moving, where they're not moving, who's buying them, where this wallet is, you kind of name it. A lot of times, some of the metrics that we get for news like this tends to have to do with usually around like half a year to maybe a couple of weeks as a period. And meaning usually we see or deem people who are long-term Bitcoin holders as someone who has held their Bitcoin for more than 155 days. Anyone less than that, especially by a couple of days or weeks, we usually consider to be day traders. They're moving around their money quite quickly, and or over the course of a period where we see that cryptocurrency prices have moved up. There are a lot of people who buy and FOMO into the space quite quickly. If prices fall by 4, 5, or 6, 7% over the course of a day, these people get terrified. They sell off their coins. We have another news article about whales who bought up a whole bunch of coins, and it's this like really weird digital circle of life that continues for kind of always, where we basically get news once a week, if not more, about all the rich people who once again are buying up all the Bitcoin. Glassnode has a brand new metric for us, and it's actually a little bit longer than a couple of weeks or half a year. They said that the percentage of Bitcoin's circulating supply, what's actually available for everyone out there, held untouched for over 1 year, has risen to 68% of all the Bitcoin that's out there. All the Bitcoin that's available, 68, terrible, 68, sorry, 68% of it. 68% of it has been unmoved for over a year. This is kind of like the pizza guy effect. A lot of people are accumulating and simply not wanting to sell to kind of see where the price could be in the future. Was just chatting with a friend, and we were going over the idea of, for those of you who missed it, Mrs. Kathy Wood, about a week or so ago, give or take, mentioned that she believes in the event of a Bitcoin or Bitcoins, doesn't make any sense, ETF approvals. She thinks that Bitcoin might actually go to $600,000 per coin. And therefore, we can logically assume that the vast majority of people hearing news and numbers like this would not be too keen on selling their Bitcoin and therefore holding it to see exactly how high the price could go. 1 year, it is now 68%. The same metric was used for wallets that have been holding Bitcoin for 5 years. Over the course of 5 years, 30% of Bitcoin supply has been unmoved. These people are buying. I told you this before in other videos. We have a lot of metrics for wallets who like their only transactions going in and there's nothing going out, as these people actively believe. And I even say for the 5 year time period, These are probably the institutions who got in logically, mathematically, who got into the market around 2018, 2019, because as for some reason, many, many moons ago, a lot of people consistently said that the cryptocurrency market was terrible, boring, weird, Bitcoin's only being used by criminals. And then we saw all of these people rush into the cryptocurrency space over the course of 2018 and 2019, which also then becomes like a little bit scarier if those are the people who've actively been buying and over the course of 5 years haven't sold any of their coins. And now that's 30% that's actually holding those coins in their wallets. I mean, it wouldn't be unsurprising seeing that these people are just kind of buying and holding, but to think that it's only a specific amount of people and billionaires who've been telling us for a number of years that we shouldn't be getting into crypto when they were the ones who were actively buying. Right. Glassnode described this movement, or lack of movement. They call this bullish conviction, and they say that they've never seen anything like this, and that the difference between the long-term holder supply and the short-term holder supply is actually quite powerful, because we're seeing a gigantic divergence in the amount of people, and I say this lightly, the people who could potentially see the future value of Bitcoin versus those who are simply buying to be able to liquidate at a very quick and rapid time, as there are a lot of people out there who try to day trade, many of them unsuccessfully. However, those people do also exist. They said the illiquid supply, the amount of Bitcoin that's not moving, that like it is simply just completely still, is actually currently, so we'll ever have a maximum of 21 million Bitcoin. I believe we currently have 19 something or other million. I think that's the number. The illiquid supply of Bitcoin that's not moving currently sits around 15.4 million Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin. And Glassnode says that this number is actively increasing by 71,000 Bitcoin every single month. They say every single month, another 71,000 Bitcoin gets added to these wallets and isn't moving. It simply stays still. They said they're also noticing a very large amount of people who are withdrawing their cryptocurrency assets from crypto exchanges and putting them into their own self-secure cold wallet custody solutions. They said since May of 2021, more than 1.7 million Bitcoin have left crypto exchanges for self-custody wallets. Yeah, always an interesting time to be in the crypto space, always fascinating to get this news as it continues to appear all the time. We've never had these numbers before. We've had a lot of guesstimates, if you will, as to how many people are in the space, how many people are using crypto, how many people are buying Bitcoin at any given time. We've never had the numbers of 15.4 million are illiquid, and it's increasing by 71,000 per month. So that will, as it has been for a while, it will eventually equate to all the Bitcoin kind of disappearing from the market, as we've been talking about that quite similarly over the course of the last couple of months. And this is all last thought. This is all while we are only hearing from a few companies who have openly told us that they're actually doing this. As it is estimated, I can guesstimate, there are at least over 100, dare I say 250 companies on the planet who are also actively buying as well. And this is before we get the full force of what the Bitcoin ETFs could bring to the space. If you've never gotten a chance before, also look up this information as well. Every other country that wanted a Bitcoin ETF already has one. And we can see through some of the metrics that even these funds are already holding thousands or tens of thousands of Bitcoin, as they have also been buying over the course of the last year. Yeah, just a little news update for everyone out there, just so that everyone is on the same page, because I want to make sure. I've noticed that there are a lot of other people out there who don't bring normal news, and it tends to revolve around price movements and graphs and where they think Bitcoin's going to skyrocket to $9 million in 3.5 weeks. But understand that amidst all these beautiful numbers, that the wealthy are becoming wealthier as they accumulate all of these coins that are essentially meant for you and the other 8 billion people on the planet. But at this point, who's counting? I guess I am, because I just told you all the numbers. I do sincerely hope that you have all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, or great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all. So, oh crap. Also, for the articles will be in the description below. That's not, I didn't have to really stop to say that, but yes, as always, the articles will be in the description below, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.